Hello everybody and welcome back to the journey. I was just going through my book. I needed to move some coins between the two books that I've got here, and I figured, you know what, let's turn on the camera and you can see what I'm doing and see the coins that I'm moving around. I recently got this entire book from Mr. Warren over at Liberty Coins. It's just a book that somebody brought in that he had picked up, and it's got all kinds of different things in it, lots and lots of pennies, and there's some world coins and things like that. So I'm just looking to move some coins around back and forth. I'm just going to kind of shoot for this book being more like older coins, and then the newer style stuff will go in here. So that's what I was working on. If you're interested in seeing what I've got in my albums and seeing the things that I'm moving around, some closer looks at some of this stuff, then this would be a good one for you to check out. All of these coins were in this book. And like I said, I'm looking to move a bunch of them, the newer style stuff, like this particular one here, into here. There's nothing particularly special about this coin. This one, I'm just putting it in because, well, it's just a very well preserved coin, and I just wanted to keep one that's in really good shape. So that's the point behind that one. Then I've got a lot of things like this here. It's got the die chip on its mouth, and it might be hard to see, but I do have a coin microscope, so I'll let you take a look. All right, well, there we go. So now this one, like I said, it does have a die chip on the corner of his mouth, and they called this one, it's the nickname, the Drooling George. And so if you look rather closely, you can see that rather large chip right on the corner of his mouth right there. And there's several quarters out there that have this problem, and so I figured, yep, if I find them, I'm keeping them. So this one is the 2022D with the die chip. And this one on the reverse. There you go. And I went through a spell where I was really searching for errors and things like that. And I'll go through the ones that I've got. And so that's this one. And then here, this one has a die chip on the bird. There's a little bird flying right there. This is the 2016 Philadelphia. And again, here we go. Let's zoom in and focus. Find the bird here. There it is. And you can see, oops, right there is quite the big chip. That big round or oval looking thing is not supposed to be there. So yep, there's that one. And like I said, 2016P die chip on the bird itself. And over the last several years, a lot of the quarters have been getting die chips and die errors and things like that. And so when I find them, I try and keep them. All right. And this one is a 2018 Philadelphia and a die chip on the duck's tail. So let's take a look. I actually haven't looked at these coins in a while, so I don't even remember exactly what they look like or where they are. So let's find them. Oh, there it is right there. And it's going to be right there. There you go. And let's see if I can pinch that in there, and I'll bring you in closer. And so you can see right there, there is quite the die break or die chip. And that's actually what it is. It's where a piece of the die had broken off. And so right there, when the die hit it, it did not push it down. It just left the mark there where the metal stayed all the way up. So, yep, there's that one. We have, now this is just my W mint mark. This is the only W mint mark I have ever found. So I absolutely grabbed a hold of that. And if I ever do find any of them, I'm going to keep all of them. I haven't looked in a while. I know these were selling for $20 and up, but I haven't looked in a while, so I don't know what they're going for now. But here we go. This one is a 2019, and this one has a die chip on the roof of that building. And focus it in, and you can clearly see it's a pretty good size one there. And there you are. Some of these, like this particular one here, I did not know anything about. I was just coin hunting and I saw it and I was like, hey, that's pretty awesome. Like I said, none of these are terribly valuable or anything, but some folks just really like to collect die errors. All right, and this one here is a die break on the window, 2004 Philadelphia. And there it is. There you go. And it's got basically two of them right side by side, one there and there. It's supposed to be a straight line like this side of the window. There you go. All right. And here we are with a 2017. And this one has a die chip on the handrail of the house. There's also a bunch of these that have die chips on the top of their heads. And I think I've got a couple. So we'll check those out in a minute. But let's look at the handrail. There it is right there. What I'm doing is I'm actually pushing it down and pinching it so it doesn't move. So I can pick it up and bring it to the camera so you all can see. There you go. And you can see the great big die break right there, or the die chip. And again, that one is the Ellis Island 2017. And this one is the Philadelphia. All right, and here's the same coin. Well, the same 2017 Philadelphia. This one has a die chip in the little girl's hair, or in the woman's hair. So let's take a look at that. I actually think it's like a hat or something she's wearing. All right. There you are. It's right there. I know there's another one that's pretty good break right here. And then I should have one. Yep, the next one will be the other die chip I'm aware of for these coins. And this one again is the Philadelphia. Oop. And this has the die chip on the little boy's hat. Oh, no, it's on the man's hat, right there on the brim of his hat. There you go, and you can see quite the die chip right there. All right, the next one is a 2020 Philadelphia, and this one is the feeding finger error. This one you're not going to be able to see it at all without a loop or some sort of magnification. It's basically, it looks like scratches on the coin, and it was recognized as a mint error from the machine, and you can see all the little scratches and everything all in the coins. But if you look, let me go ahead and as close as I can get. There you go. You can see all the little, there's abrasions all in it, but it's not on the tree itself. And that is because, from what I understand, the scratches were put in before it was struck. So it was put on when it was just a planchet. But yep, you can see the scratches here. It's all around through it. And you can see them all right here. Even right inside there, little scratches everywhere. And a lot of these leaves, if you find the right coin, have die chips in them for you to find as well. So yes, this one is called the feeding finger error. Now this one is the Washington Cross on the Delaware 2021 Philadelphia. The DDO, which is the double die obverse front of the hat. But it should say DDR because this is the reverse, of course, and this is your obverse. So let's take a look, see what I was looking at. Yep, right there. And zoom in. And you can see there's a doubled edge on his hat, but I don't know if that's any kind of real doubling because it does not continue all the way up. I'm a complete novice at coin errors. But that's what I was talking about there. Most folks, I'd imagine, would call this machine doubling. All right, and next we have another 2021 Philadelphia, and it's the same thing on the front of his hat. And so we're not going to go through the whole process of this one again, but yep, it's the same thing. And it kind of just runs up nice and smooth right there. All right, and this one a lot of folks had found. There's different variations of this one, but it's a die chip on Washington's hat. And again, it's the Philadelphia. And you can see it right there on the back of his hat. Quite the big die chip right there. There is one out there I've seen that has the entire top of his hat has a giant die chip on it. And I know those were selling for a pretty good little bit of money, or pretty good amount of money on eBay. And now this one, 2022 Philadelphia, where she has a, I say extra pinky, but it's doubling on her pinky. See if we can get it to show. But yep, right there. A little doubling right there on her pinky, and it goes up all the way across. I actually have not seen this one anywhere else. Now this one a lot of folks really wouldn't consider because you have to have such magnification to see it, but on the legs. And what it's talking about is the man standing right there on the front of the boat. And let me put it under here. I can find him again. There we go. And at normal distance, you can't see it. And this is under right good magnification and you cannot see it. But when you zoom way in and focus in, there is clear doubling on his legs and the underside. You can see it right here, and the whole front of his leg and all this here, all doubled up over there. And again, this is the only example of this I've seen. I'm sure somebody else has probably seen it, but I haven't seen anybody else that had any that they posted online. All right, and next there's a pretty popular one they call the Ghost Comet. And again, this is the year 2022. This one is the Philadelphia. And what they're talking about is if you look right behind her head, might not show up on camera with this particular coin. I've got some good examples of it somewhere, but there's a tail of a comet that comes behind her head, and then the other comes into the face. Let's see. There you go. Right behind her head there. But there are some very strong examples of that out there. And I have lots of these. I probably have 10 or 15 different examples of this, and a couple of them are quite a bit stronger than this. So that one's pretty easy to find. Usually if I go through a roll of quarters, I'll find at least one. Well, at least when these coins were new. So not hard to find that one. And now this one I found roll hunting. And as you can see, it is a quarter, but the clad jacket is missing. So it's just the copper. And you can see where just a little bit of it took on the back. But for the rest of it, it's just the copper there. So that's pretty neat. All right, and this was just my Indian head cent. No errors or anything on this one. Mr. Warren gave me this one some time ago. This is the little 3 cent that I was given by Bob over at Silver Eagle. And I guess you can see what that is. That is a way, way, way off center strike. Quite severe. It's pretty cool. And then here is the 3 cent nickel I was given here recently by Mr. Warren. Pretty cool coin. I just received this one from the Pocket Change Inspector. This is the 1916 Barber Dime. I did not have a 1916, so that's pretty cool. So this will go in with my other Barber coins. Now this book is something else that I had picked up from Mr. Warren, and it is full of coins. Now these are coins that I had already started moving this particular page from one book into this one. And there's nothing too special about them. I just plucked them out because they're really, really, really good shaped coins. So I just write hide grade on them and put them in here. Then this one here has got the missing FG error and the floating roof error. Sorry about my lighting in here. It's just not cooperating with me today. But yep, got Got a double die obverse or reverse. Missing FG. Got 3 of those. Then we have the 1960D small date. 1960 double die. Look at that. Great shape for a 1960. And these, I've got them in their flips, and I just kept them because they're in really, really good shape. Same thing with this one here, and I do believe that's a 1968. Yep. So that's pretty cool. And that's just this page. The rest of these coins were already in this book when I got it. And there's a lot of different proof coins in here. And I do need to do some more work on my books, which are sitting up there. And so it was pretty cool to be able to get my hands on this. Like I said, there's a lot of proof coins in here. And then a lot of coins that are just in really good shape, like a 1982D. It's just in beautiful condition. So, yep, we've got all kinds of beauties there if you're into pennies. And then here, we just have some world coins. None of them are silver, just some random year stuff from all over the world. So you see, we got Turkey and Italy, Ireland. Actually, this is from... I'm not sure where that's from. No peso. I guess it's Mexican. Yeah, that's a Mexican coin. Let's see. Germany, Austria, France, Sweden. I mean, there's just stuff from all over. Next page over. Again, there's none of those silver, just world coins. Somebody had brought this in, and of course, you know, nothing crazy about it. And yep, I picked it up. And I'll be honest with you, I think I paid... Actually, I don't think I paid anything for this. It was, at the most, I think it was like $5. Like I said, there's nothing really special about the coins, but I thought it was pretty neat. There's 2 coins that did get secured. There is an Australian coin and a Chinese coin. But what we're here for is to add those quarters into here. And there's a couple empty pages that we will get moved. But it looks like I'm probably going to have to buy some more pages. But I'll get those stuff loaded in, and we'll be right back. All right, so we did get them all in, and it actually took exactly 1 sheet to hold them all. And the raw gaw, it's, you know, I did get it in there. It's not going to come out. It's in there nice and tight, so I don't have to worry about that. And we got all the error coins in there. And so, yep, this one, I'm going to use this book. And for now, I'm going to end up have to get one with more binder space. But this is going to be the book for newer style stuff, clad stuff and beyond. Die errors, things like that. And eventually I'll get another book just for world coins. And then I've also got this coin album. This is where all those pennies were at. And this I'm going to use for my older coins. And in here I've got, I still need to move these out. These are bicentennial coins, a couple Susan B's, but this is where I've got my Barber coins, my seated Liberty coins, Barbers back here. And then of course back here in the back, I've got all my large cent. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these adjusted because you can see there's a big gap here. So I'm gonna get everything put in here nice and even, and we'll come back and take a look. All right, well, I just got finished moving those around. So for these, I'll move them to the front of the book. So let's go over what I got in here. And so I've got my Indian head cent, a 3 cent, and the 2 3-cent pieces. The 3-cent nickel and just the regular 3-cent piece. This one's actually silver. If you ever find one of these things, they are like paper thin, so be careful with them. All right, and then on my seated, I've got 4 seated coins. You can see here, again, my terrible lighting. Let me turn on another light here. Hopefully that'll help some. Oh yeah. So the 53, and it's got the hole in it. And then we have the 75, 77, again, a hole right in the head. And then we have a 58 quarter. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then in terms of my Barbers, I have the 1901 dime, another 01, 1902, 1906, and you can see most of these have clearly been cleaned. 1916, this is the one I just got from Pocket Change Inspector. And this one, there's a hole in it right where the date is, so I have no clue what that date is. We have the 1899 quarter, 1908 quarter, and then the two halves, the 08 and the 03. All right, and for my large cent, and I will tell you my oldest two large cent, I have, actually it was oldest 2 or 3. I don't even remember how many I sent now, but I sent to Annex. And hopefully we'll be getting those back sometime in January. But we have the 1817, 2 of those, 1818, we have the 19, 2 1820s, 29, 33, 39, 43, 47, 49, and that one's got a big old hole drilled in it. Here's a 52 with a hole, 54, and the 53. This 53 is actually in really good shape. It's just corroded really bad. But that's what I've got for those. And I actually did do a video on my large cent, and you can go back, and if I can think about it, I will put a link to that down in the description, and so you can go and check those out as well. I've actually got some other large cent in a tube in the safe, and you just cannot make out the dates, so those just sitting there. But yeah, I was just wanting to reorganize some coins in the book to make room for more of the older stuff to go in this one, and it worked out. I've got lots of room left in here now. I still need to move these over to the other book, but yep, this one's ready for some more coins. So that worked out great. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed taking a gander at some of my coins here. If you liked the video, remember to like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is it good to separate them correctly like this, or does it matter if they're mixed up to you? And what do you think is the most interesting one? I kind of am really getting into these large cents. I need to start digging more into them. But yeah, it's pretty cool to find these. And sometimes you can find a lot of these I got for $1 or less. You can find them in the bins and stuff. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks again for watching the video. And as always, remember to follow along on my silver journey. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.